How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 5 Chapter 9. This is the 9th and final episode of Season 5 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues. In this episode, I'll be discussing some basic principles involved in social interactions while incorporating concepts such as direct ground, indirect ground, open and closed thoughts. The purpose of this, which is made difficult by the medium, is to develop a systemization, which might produce a notation tracking said interactions. First of all, any social interaction, in the moment, can be represented by 4 boxes, 2 corresponding to the first actor, and 2 corresponding to the second actor. These boxes can be filled with thoughts of 3 forms: open left-handed, open right-handed, and closed. The first box on the left of the first actor is the internal box. The second is the body posture, posing box. For the second individual, the first box on the left is the body posture, posing box, and the second is the internal thought box. At time equals 0, the 2 boxes of the main actor will be filled and the internal box of the secondary actor will be filled. But the body posture box of the second actor is empty, because she is not acting. Now, there are a few basic rules regarding these thought pairings. First, a left-handed open thought may pair with the other 2 or itself. Only when it pairs with itself does it release tension. Otherwise, it produces tension. The same goes for a right-handed open thought. A closed thought always produces tension. Now, in the moment, when describing the 2 pairs of 2 boxes, the 2 on the left should be filled, while the external of the second pairing should be empty. This is because as the first actor acts on the second actor, it imports the internal thought of the first actor into the external box of the second actor. Inhibition can be represented through the 4 boxes as a left-handed open bonded with a right-handed open or a suppositional thought bonded with an open thought. Altruism can be represented by a matching or mirroring of the internal box of the second actor by the first actor. Competition can be represented by either the first pairing having an open right and left-handed pairing with the internal box of the first actor the opposing orientation of the second internal box, or 2 left-handed or 2 right-handed with the opposing handed box in the internal box of the second pairing. Now, let's say you're dealing with an interaction between 2 individuals. In this example, the first individual is a police officer and the second is someone speeding. The first action, the thesis, is the second actor speeding, indirect ground. The antithesis is the first actor putting on his siren to pull over the second actor, indirect ground. There are now 2 possibilities, both indirect ground. 1. The second actor can slow down and stop, indirect ground. Second, the second actor can attempt to drive away, indirect ground. So let's say the second actor chooses to slow down and stop. Now the next action would ordinarily be the antithesis and choice of the first actor, to detain or release the second actor, but in this case the second actor can change the dialogue through suppositional thought. If the second actor acts by suppositional thought to submit, or act by letting go, the grounded thought remains with the directly grounded thought, which means that the first actor will mirror the second actor in settling upon a release. This is because the first actor still has 2 options, to detain or release, but the release is the grounded thought, so it is fulfilled. Now, altruism is often a product of the negation of self. Negation of self often leads to postural releases in others, which manifests as outs. This is of course just another way of explaining the example set out a few moments ago. It's important to also note that you can structure the way you make statements to reflect an outward-inward or inward-outward direction of causality and thereby produce patterns as set out in the above example. It would be easier to visually represent the examples and concepts of this podcast episode. Unfortunately, this is not the right medium. However, I hope that this episode at least introduced the topic in a way which was comprehensible to the listener. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.